on live. Oh, you already
Yeah.
shared.
Hey. Yep, I've already shared. Hi, family.
Hi.
Let's scoot you guys back. Oh, excuse me. I'm all in the camera, but don't worry, I don't bite. I promise you.
Silent.
Yeah. And let me go silent as well.
I was already on silent. No.
Oh,
Must have been on silent since last night.
Oh, okay. Well,
Hey,
look, we want to welcome everybody to, ready?
Story time, story time, story time.
What's up? If you don't know, I'm Bonnie G in the place to be.
Hey.
And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, I promise y'all, no cap, I just want to be present, okay? Call my name so I can be present, okay? And then if you don't know, if you don't know who she is, for everybody in YouTube world, she is none other than those that know. You already know what I'm gonna ask you for. Bring it, okay? Bring all the energy. Auntie Shelly on the beat. That's right, y'all. No, we no longer do it for ourselves. We do it for the community. Community-minded. Hallelujah. Okay. It was the bump for me. Let me get into this comment real quick from my girl Lolo. She goes, "This picture is screaming Cliff. Don't be pulling nothing today on us." Okay, sis. Listen.
We ain't even started reading yet.
Listen, I don't know. I feel
She's
like
looking for a cliff.
I was trying to figure out ways of cliffing y'all, but I said she may not be ahead of us today. I don't think you'll be ahead of us today. Today's Tuesday. What is today?
Third day.
Okay, third day. Okay, gotcha. All right, so y'all already know we're going straight to Jude. I'm only gonna go to the first chapter. You guys, maybe next time I'll figure if I want to do a different chapter, but today I only want to do the first one. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the first chapter of Jude, and then I'm going to go the 24th verse. And it reads, "Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to the only wise Elohim," only, okay? Wise Elohim, our Savior. If you don't make that personal, I don't know. Be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. Amen. Power. Again, I find that particular scripture in the and 25. All right.
Yeah, sense, girl.
Because I mean, unless
you got some other kind of book.
Yes. Let us know. We'd love to read it. Okay, so I want to say real quick, we are in the book of Genesis. However, our reading is going to sound different if you are new to this channel. We are reading our net. Yeah, not .com, because you're not going to find it there. But don't you dare pay full price. Don't you? If you pay full price, you better not tell me, okay? Not when there's a Storytime discount for you. Please remember to plug in your Storytime discount. Remember, the O in the word Storytime is actually a 0. And the E in the word time is actually a 3, as a reminder to going back to the covenant, because the assignment is now
understood.
Say that, all right? We all now understand the assignment. Keeping the covenant is the assignment, okay? Guarding the commandments is the assignment. And so our reading is going to come off different because it's more in the Hebraic text.
Yes.
All
with
right?
everyone's real names.
Yes, everybody real name. And as you know, we ain't going to get anything like pure, but hey, chew the meat, spit the bones out in a napkin. Please be modest about it. All right. With that being said, Shalom.
Yeah. Shalom.
What's our recap? Because there was a lot going on.
I'm trying to remember where we start. Okay. Just quick. We know that Sarah had the baby.
Yep.
Isaac. Then they sent Hagar and Ishmael away. Yahuwah heard Hagar has spilled the water And so she put the boy to the side, like, I can't watch him die. The angel calls out to her, what's wrong, consoles her. He opens her eyes. She sees a well of water. She gives the boy some drink. And then she goes and gets him a wife from Egypt, or Mitzrayim. And that's not going to play particular attention in this book of Genesis. But when you go back and read it's either Jasher or Jubilee, you'll say, wrong choice, because he eventually had to give up that wife from Egypt.
Yep.
So yeah.
We're 22.
We around here somewhere,
we're on
right?
chapter 22. Yep.
Okay. And so then we know that after that they went to Abimelech.
Yep.
Well, it was some kind. This is the one where there's a little squabble, right?
Yes.
Over the well that they dug.
Yes.
And Abimelech was letting Abraham, now's his name, know that this order didn't come from me. I'm not trying to get no smoke from you people.
No.
I'll go deal with the men who took your well, but me and you gonna be at peace.
Yes.
So they're at peace. And did we go into 22 at all?
We did. Yeah, because we're right where they're about to.
Because they're about to sacrifice him, right?
Isaac.
Oh, that's right, because they're going towards the place.
But we were doing more so the backstory.
Yeah, we're doing the backstory. So they're now approaching the place where Isaac is to be sacrificed, but they leave the two servants behind, which are Eleazar and Ishmael. We learned that from the backstory. And they go to this place, and it was the third day, right?
Yes, third day.
Third day when they saw the place where he was supposed to sacrifice Isaac. And so now they're on their way there.
Yes, they're on their way.
They're on their way there. They have the wood and they have the fire, but no animal.
No animal.
We know from the backstory there's a ram on the way.
Yes, and Satan is trying to.
He tried to stop the ram from getting there.
That's right. You learned that from that backstory. All right. So those of us who have the book, you can either use your Sefer app, which you can get in your app store for $21.99, or you can just follow us along in the physical book. We're on the chapter 22. I'm going to start from chapter 22, even though we're on verse 3. It's okay, though. All right. And it came to pass after these things that Elohim did try Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, behold, here am I. And he said, take now your son, your Yaqid, Isaac, or Yitzhak, whom you love, and get you into the land of Moriah, and offer him there as an ascending smoke offering upon one of the mountains, which I will tell you of.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No. Let me just show you all, and I'm sure you all know, how easy it is to deceive someone. We have been taught in the 66 that this says only son.
Mm-hmm.
And we're conditioned so much, even though we know he has a son named Ishmael, we made up reasons why it said only son when it didn't even say only son.
It says beloved.
It just said beloved son. But we were just that brainwashed that we was gonna make it make sense.
But we are people that do it. We be like,
we gonna make this make sense.
And we be like, okay, say less. Mm-hmm. We make it make sense.
We made it make sense because that's what we were conditioned to do.
Absolutely.
We were told, but he hated Ishmael, but it wasn't that kind of even hate.
No,
he not. Still has another son.
Absolutely.
You can't just say it. But we believed it. Yeah. And he had a relationship with him. You can't just. That's deception. That's why our Uncle Bartholomew said, Mashiach, the people ain't got a chance.
Yes.
This deception is real.
Very, 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 very. He said, if it was possible, even the very elect, and boy,
would be deceived. Without that backstory,
we would have.
That's why the truth we're set free. Like now it makes sense because before it didn't. We was just gonna make it make sense
and be okay with that.
Yes, and be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely. We have that habit. And then you guys keep in mind the back. Remember, we were talking about the split screen of how rumors of Abraham is happening in heaven. So this is why he says, and Elohim did try Abraham, is because Mastema, or like Hasatan, or whatever you want to call him, Mastema, was up there trying to play the father.
The same way he did Job.
The same way he tried to do Job. So he was like, the only reason why he's serving you is because you gave him a son. Take away his son, I bet you he ain't gonna serve you no more. So this is why we get to this part. And then you were saying also, and
Isaac was bragging to Ishmael, because they were talking about circumcision. And Ishmael was like, well, I was 13 when I was circumcised, so I felt that you was just a baby. You can't even remember it. And Isaac was saying, boy, please, I will give my life for Yahuwah.
So you got that going on, and you got rumors of heaven, okay? And now he's called to sacrifice his son. But I want you to pay attention to his mindset, okay?
Yes.
Verse 3. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his young men with him, and Yitzhak his son, and clave the wood for the ascending smoke offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which Elohim had told him. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And she mentioned, Auntie Shelley mentioned that he and Isaac was able to see it, but the other 2 was not able to see it. So that's why they couldn't go.
They couldn't go.
All right. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. Okay.
So he knew we got to come back because there's a promise. There's a promise in Yitzhak. You said it was going to be through this seed, that it was going to be a whole, and Yitzhak ain't married yet. Yitzhak ain't got no wife. He ain't got no kids. So you must be about to do something. I don't know what.
It's going to provide something on
the way.
You must
going to do something.
So, and I know it might sound a little churchy if I say that, but seriously, like, if there's some things that come up against you, right? I don't care if it's health issues, family issues. You got to go back to the promise that he told you.
Yeah.
Okay? Go back to that promise, and that promise will uplift you. It will keep you going to face the next day.
Yeah.
It will strengthen you, okay? All right. Let's see, 7. No. And Abraham took the wood of the ascending smoke offering and laid it upon Yitzhak, his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Yitzhak spoke unto Abraham, his father, and said, my father. And he said, here am I, my son. And he said, behold, the fire and the wood. But where's the lamb for an ascending smoke offering?
You need a lamb.
Them didn't come with us. You got that good old knife, though. You got that good old wood. Where's the meat?
And a knife. I wonder if Yitzhak was going, what did I say?
Where the rest of your offering at?
Be it.
Right. Or sometimes it's probably didn't even catch until when he's like, lay down. And he's like, oh,
I did say
that. All right. And Yitzhak spoke unto Abraham. I said that. Okay, going back to 8. And Abraham said, my son, Elohim will provide himself a lamb for an ascending smoke offering. So they went both of them together.
So he probably thinking, it's probably going to be one at the top of the mountain.
Yeah, he's like, but that is some stuff.
It's you.
It's you. But literally, I really think that's what he knows. He knows that Yah's going to provide. Even though you told me sacrifice your son, I know you're going to provide.
Yeah, you're going to do something.
I don't know what. Something.
Yeah.
And that's what, if you're going to do something as a person, it's right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know one thing, you're not taking my son. Because I
know we coming back.
Yes. A promise is attached to my son.
Yes.
And they came to the place which Elohim had told him of. And Abraham built an altar there and laid the wood in order and bound Yitzhak his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood.
Now, Yitzhak ain't no little boy. He ain't like no little boy. He knows what's going on. So, but he has to allow himself to be bound because he could have fought.
Yeah, he could have.
But he made that. He opened his mouth to say, if he wanted to, if Yahuwah wanted me to sacrifice myself, I'll do it.
Yes.
So he's allowing himself to be bound and laid across wood. Can you imagine that feeling?
And then it's also a picture too of him like trusting his father as a dad. Like, okay, if you say, yeah, I don't care what I have to do. You said, yeah, I was going to provide a lamb. I'm trusting your relationship with him too, because I don't know what he told you.
Yes.
So there's that aspect too, even in our regular lives, you know, we just have to trust that.
We have to trust.
We have to trust the process.
Yeah.
This is a person too. If trust the process was a person, here we are. All right. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son.
He finna go through with it.
He sure is.
Yitzhak is about to get his throat slit. He was
running. Like, oh, okay. Listen.
Or however.
What a sight!
No, you gotta do it like this. You gotta have make a clean cut.
Oh, almost
so it
like
can bleed out
in the color purple when she had missed it.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the angel of Yahuwah called unto him out of the heavens and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, here am I. And he said, lay not your hand upon the lad, neither do you anything unto him. For now I know that you fear Elohim, seeing you have not withheld your son, your Yakid, your favorite son or beloved son, from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for an ascending smoke offering instead of his son. And Abraham called the name of that place Yahuwah Yareh. As it is said to this day, in the mount of Yahuwah it shall be seen.
Yeah. Yahuwah Yareh. I think that's the provides one. I'm gonna look right quick.
I think it is.
It's he who provides, right? I believe it is.
Let's see.
Yeah, the Lord who provides. Yes.
Yahuwah Yareh.
So he provided the ram. And that's the ram Hasatan tried to stop from getting to him. He caught it in a thicket, but Yahuwah allowed him to see it, Abraham to see it.
And as always, the enemy don't know exactly how Yah's going to use you. So he didn't know that where they were going to set up that altar was close enough to the thicket. I mean, to the ram that was caught in that thicket for him to see it.
Yes.
So
he doesn't know. He doesn't know everything.
He don't know everything.
He doesn't know everything.
You know? And so that's something too. And then also we see that this is a foreshadow of what Yahuwah would do with his son, who we call Yahusha.
Yep, that's why I was emphasizing it's day 3.
Day 3.
It's day 3, so it's on the 3rd day. So that's another thing. We were so...
yes, nobody wanted to add it up.
Yeah, we were so busy. We believe that he died on Good Friday, even though it don't add up to 3 days.
No.
I remember for years I was trying to make that make sense, and it just wasn't. But it's because some of that is because we didn't study the scriptures, quote unquote, Old Testament, because even in the 66, it tells you that when he was hanging, a high Sabbath was the next day. And that's different than the Shabbat. Because some of the feast days, he said when it starts, this is going to be a high Sabbath for you, because it can't be he died and the next day was the Sabbath and then it was all over again. because it doesn't make sense, but we made it make sense.
We sure did.
Because that's what we were told.
And we, again, like you said, we didn't study the scriptures for
Mhm.
ourselves. And even if we did, we kind of didn't even trust ourselves with our own understanding.
Yeah.
And we definitely wasn't going to bring it up to the pastor saying, hey,
Yeah.
you know, we shouldn't be talking about Hosanna forever. And he's still in the ground. Or he rose on the Sabbath.
Something is wrong. Because if the next day is the Sabbath, that means it's the Sabbath, which means, okay, then it was he was in there one night. It equals one. If the Pharisees and scribes saying, oh, we got to go because as soon as the sun goes down, it's Shabbat. If that's what they said, then he wasn't even, was he even buried?
Yeah.
Well, as soon as they put him in, roll the stone, and he got up, where's 3 days?
There was
But it was a high Sabbath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because in the middle of the feast, sometimes they had high Sabbaths. So that means it had to be like that's why when it says this third day, that pretty much you can say, Yitzhak was a dead man.
Yes.
On his third day. So it has to be, what is the third day? Tuesday?
No, fourth day.
No, third day is Tuesday.
Third
Tuesday. Day. So then you have him, because remember he died like almost toward the evening. But that would be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the evening is Shabbat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 3 days. That's the 3 days.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it had to be like I know some people counted different, but that makes sense. Yeah, because he rose on Shabbat. But even in the 66, it don't say he rose the first day of the week.
No, it doesn't.
It say they went on the first day of the week after Shabbat. And the grave was already open, but because that's what we were told, it don't even say that in the 66.
Ain't that crazy? But we just go with it.
We just went with it.
It's our habit. It's our habit because that's what we were in. And that, my friends, is called indoctrination.
Yes.
The power of indoctrination.
Yes.
And then when you question indoctrination, all of a sudden you become
you a pagan.
There you go. Or it's hate speech.
You the devil or something. Yeah.
I mean, it's just because you become a free thinker and they don't like that.
I did a number on that.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Auntie Carolyn, girl, I hear you, but listen, it's all right. The feast, she says that it was the feast of Yahuwah.
Yeah, it was definitely a feast day. It was during that whole Passover, unleavened bread, first fruits, Pentecost. It's all those days.
And then, like we say, Yahuwah always move on a feast day. Always.
Always.
All right, let's get into D. Wayne comment. He says, every day will be Sunday and Sabbath won't have no end, was what I've always heard in. Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's what they always told us.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get that in the church I was going to though, but that.
Oh yeah, we got that in the Baptist church.
Yeah, we wasn't Baptist. You know what I'm saying?
We got that in the Baptist church all the time.
Yeah, what I was in is you couldn't join in unless you was born in. Okay. We even had a song. You understand?
And that's even weird in itself that each denomination has slight differences when everything is supposed to be the same. There's only
one way. But heck of denominations to that one way.
It's not supposed to be.
And again, it doesn't add up.
Don't add up.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Shalom. All right, let's get into. So those that's tuning in, Yada, good to see you, brother. We are in Genesis 22, verse 15. And the angel of Yahuwah called unto Abraham out of the heavens the second time, and said, by myself have I sworn 7 oaths, says Yahuwah. For because you have done this thing, and have not withheld your son, your Yaqid, again, favored or beloved son, that in blessing I will bless you, And in multiplying, I will multiply your seed as the stars of the heavens, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and your seed, which is upon the sea. I'm sorry, and your seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. Which again, I just want to point out, where are we the minority at?
Nowhere. Never have been.
Because if he said this way back then,
Mm-hmm.
it's true today. It's straight up solid. It's a fact.
Yep. Because they have been trying to kill us for years,
Centuries.
since back then.
Absolutely.
We just keep multiplying.
Because we're as number as the stars.
Mm-hmm. And they was having like 2 kids in their household. Man, our ancestors were having like 14 kids
14
and
kids.
10 and 8. I'll be like,
And if you ask, if you still have grandparents, great grandparents, you ask them how many siblings, they'll say 14, 17, stuff like that. They was just, listen, bless the woman, okay? Bless.
They was having them babies.
Bless everything on that woman, okay? But again, indoctrination, even in that sense, that we are the minority and they are the majority, which is not true, because they, and y'all know who they is, are trying to keep themselves going by marrying us.
Yes. They need that melanin.
All right. So that was just something. All right. Verse 18. And in your seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beer-sheba. And Abraham dwelt at Beer-sheba. Question: do you guys think in 18 it says, and in your seed all nations shall in the earth be blessed? Is that true today, knowing that we're scattered throughout the 4 corners of the earth through the works of slavery and all that? We built up.
The world is blessed because of us.
We built up, and that's all I'm trying to say.
They would know nothing. They'd have to rely on the watchers alone.
Listen.
And even the watchers know you need them Hebrews.
You need them Hebrews.
You need them.
Ooh, there's a book called From Babylon to Timbuktu, and it goes into detail about, again, From Babylon to Timbuktu. You can get it on Amazon. But it goes into details on how our forefathers and ancestors built underground cities. But when you slap slaves on us, the label slave, you deny us to recognize ourselves as architecture.
Yeah.
Architects.
Architects.
Yeah, architects. You deny us the right to see ourselves as human. But we was running.
Yeah. We the one taught them how to be clean.
Ruling. Yes.
With water systems and all that. They used to do it in a pot and pour it out the window.
And get sick.
And that's why England had a whole bunch of sickness in it. Y'all don't even know how to have a dung gate.
Yeah.
We had a whole dung gate where we go bury it in the dirt.
And guess what? When we did that, fertilizer.
Yep.
Fertilizer, okay? Listen, so it's just little things, little nuggets. Verse 20. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, behold, Milcah, she has also bore children unto your brother Nahor. Huz, his firstborn, and Buz, his brother.
Huz and Buz.
Huz and Buz. Them some country names.
That is country.
Some country names. All right? Huz, his firstborn, and Buz, his brother. And Chemiel, the father of Aram, and Chesed, and Chazo, and Pildash, and Yidlap, and Bethuel, and Bethuel begat Rivka, or Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. And his concubine, whose name was Reumah, she bore also Teva, Gaham, Tahash, Ma'akah, and Ma'akah.
Yeah. And remember, when they mention names like this, it's for a reason. They're telling you where Rebecca comes into play. What's her bloodline?
Yes.
This is Rebecca. This is the
Mm.
one Isaac and Isaac's wife is Rebecca. Yes.
Wow.
Because remember Abraham's, well, I guess we'll get into that later. But Abraham's going to send his servant over there to get the wife from Nahor. And
Oh, yes. Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
this is Rebecca and them.
A nice little introduction. Wow. Thank you. Verse 23. And Sarah was 107 years. And Sarah was 107 and 20 years old. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kiryat Arba. The same is Haran or Chevron. I think it's either Haran. In the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her.
And remember, knowing the backstory, she died because of all this with Isaac. Remember, first somebody told her, your husband took him up there to kill him, and she like, what? Wait, what? Then she heard it was coming back. Then she was
so happy that she passed out.
Yeah. So then no, first they told her that she was going to go look like, I know he ain't gonna go kill my son. So yeah, she got all emotional, and then she found out he was alive, and then. So I'm trying to remember exactly what happened, but then something happened, but she ended up dying over the whole thing.
Oh.
I said, poor Sarah.
I wonder, you guys, if you remember, how does the book, the regular 66 say, how did Sarah die?
You reading it, you just read it. This is the regular 66. This is Genesis.
Oh. I was thinking of the other, duh. You're right. You're right. My bad. And Sarah died. Let me answer my question. And Sarah died in Kiryat Arba, the same as Sharon or Haran in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah and to weep for her. So as Auntie Shelley described, #details, because they matter, we learned how she died.
And she's 127 years old.
Yes. And Abraham stood up from before his dead and spoke unto the sons of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my Adonai. You are a mighty prince among us. In the choice of our sepulchres bury your dead. None of us shall withhold from you his sepulchre, but that you may bury your dead. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, even the children of Heth. And he communed with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me and entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Sakkor, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he has, which is in the end of his field. For as much money as it is worth, he shall give it me for a possession of a burying place amongst you. And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of children of Heth, even of all that went in at the gate of his city, saying, Nay, my Adonai, hear me. I give you the field to you, and the cave that is therein I give it to you. In the presence of the sons of my people give I it to you. Bury your dead. And Abraham bowed down himself before the people of the land, and he spoke unto Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if you will give it, I pray you, hear me. I will give you money for the field. Take it of me, and I will bury my dead. And Ephron answered Abraham, saying unto him, My Adonai, hearken unto me. The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is that betwixt me and you? Bury therefore your dead. And Abraham hearkened unto Ephron, and Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver, which he had named in the audience of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, current money with the merchant. He said, because what you ain't gonna do is say you gave this stuff for free and that I didn't pay for it, or come back and try to unbury my people
with the treasures.
Yeah.
You rich. Basically saying, Abram's rich.
Yeah.
If I could just get him to bury it, but the land is still mine, I can go dig that up because it's mine. He said, I'm paying you for this.
Yep. And just in his conversation, he's like, no, what is it? There's nothing between me and you. That land is 400 times. He's like, here.
Yeah, here is that how much it's worth? Here you go. You done called out that price already.
Right.
Here you go.
You ain't about to play me. Let me see. She said Hasatan came and told both times.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Hasatan disguised himself and went to Sarah and said that. Like, he finna kill your son. And then yeah.
Oh, yes.
Starting trouble.
Starting trouble. And then he also, remember we were saying yesterday before we logged off, he also disguised himself as water. Shape shifting for real.
Yep. And then Abraham had to say, wait a minute, there's no water right here. I've been over here. And then the water disappeared because the truth set you free.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
But he just got all up in, because as far as Sarah would have concerned, her and Abraham just went somewhere and they came back.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have known nothing, but yeah, he had to get his little grimy little hands in it.
He always got to find someone that he can rev up emotionally.
Yeah. So he goes to the mama. Because mama just know they gone. And they left early this morning.
Absolutely. And that's her baby.
Yeah. Like, do you know how long it took me to have this baby?
Who would have thought that I would have gave Abraham silk?
Yeah.
All right. Verse 17. In the field of Ephraim, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field and the cave, which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field, that were in all the borders round about, were made sure unto Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah, his woman, in the cave, the field of Machpelah, before Mamre. The same is Haran in the land of Canaan. And the field and the cave that is therein were made sure unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the son of Heth.
Yeah, this sounds a nice little place. It got trees and stuff all around, and then they got the cave. It says they're made sure like they he put it on lockdown.
Yeah.
He put that place on lockdown.
It's his.
Like, this is mine. Even though all the land is his anyway. Yeah. He still paid for it.
He still paid for it.
He still paid for it.
Did you hear him say ask for a discount?
He didn't even ask for the story time discount.
He sure did.
No 10%.
Chapter 24. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and Yahuwah had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house, that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray you, your hand. I pray you, your hand under my thigh. I thought it was a name. I think it is.
No, he said, put I pray you. So put your hand under my thigh.
Because it's a capital P. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, that is weird. So that's it starts right there.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. Is this a particular person, name, person, place, and thing? Now, I'm not sure. But let's see. Put, I pray you, your hand. Yeah, that makes sense. What you said.
Maybe it starts with a P because it's about an oath is about to be made. Maybe it stands. I don't know.
Well, let me read it for a seventh time. Put, I pray you, your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear 7 oaths by Yahuwah, the Elohai of heaven and the Elohai of the earth, that you shall not take a woman unto my son of daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell, but you shall go unto my country and to my kindred, and take a woman unto my son Yitzhak. And the servant said unto him, Perchance the woman will not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring your son again unto the land from whence you came? And Abraham said unto him, Beware that you bring not my son there again.
So he said, you're not taking Isaac.
Don't take my
I'm
son.
sending you. You're
Yeah.
going to my
Where I was from,
which is Babylon, Nimrod, all that. Isaac's not going. You're
Mhm.
gonna go bring the wife back.
That's it. I don't care if she don't want to go. That ain't the one.
Yeah. From
You
her
bring it.
brother's house.
Yeah.
Right. Nah, no Canaanite. That's not gonna happen.
Verse 7. Yahweh, and then Yahuwah Elohai of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spoke unto me, and that swore 7 oaths unto me, saying, Unto your seed will I give this land. He shall send his angel before you, and you shall take a woman unto my son from thence. And if the woman will not be willing to follow you, then you shall be clear from this oath, from this my oath. Only bring not my son there again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham, his Adonai, and swore 7 oaths to him concerning that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his Adonai and departed. For all the goods of his Adonai were in his hand. And he arose and went to Aram Naharaim unto the city of Nahar. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, O Yahuwah Elohai Adonai of Abraham, I pray you, send me good speed this day, and show kindness unto my Adonai Abraham. Behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel to whom I shall say, Let down your pitcher, I pray you, that I may drink, and she shall say, Drink, and I will give your camels drink also. Let the same be she that you have appointed for your servant Yitzhak. And therefore shall I know that you have showed kindness unto my Adonai.
Eliezer, I was like, look, we finna get this right. I'm finna pray because all these women.
Right. How do I know which one is the right one?
Look, what we not gonna do
is bring the
is
wrong
go
one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's you.
Any, mini, money, mo. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Verse 15. And it came to pass before he had done speaking, that behold, Rivkah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the woman of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. And the servant ran to meet her and said, Let me, I pray you, drink a little water of your pitcher. And she said, Drink, my Adonai. And she hasted and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for your camels also, until they have done drinking. And she hasted and emptied her pitcher into the trough, thank you. And ran again unto the well to draw water, and draw for all his camels. Listen, it take a long time for a camel.
Right.
To drink. I believe they can store water for
yes. So many days.
Not only that, like it's the patience, it's the consideration that she's not just considering like, oh, I got things to do. Here, drink this water so I can go. Yeah. She's literally thinking about him, how he's going to get back, because as long as these camels got something to hold him, he'll be good. Yes. Yeah. Ooh-wee. Oh, and it, never mind. And the man wondering at her held his peace, to wit whether Yahuwah had made his journey prosperous or not. And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands of 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter are you? Tell me, I pray you, is there room in your father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bore unto Nahor. She said moreover unto him, We have both straw and provender enough, and room to lodge in. And the man bowed down his head and worshipped Yahuwah. And he said, Blessed be Yahuwah Elohai Adonai of Abraham, who has not left destitute my Adonai of his mercy and his truth. I, being in the way, Yahuwah led me to the house of my Adonai's brethren. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things.
He let him write to him. He didn't have to ask a whole bunch of questions.
Oh.
Let him write to the house. Remember, we just did that bloodline.
Yes.
To Rebecca, Nahor, this is Abraham's brother's child.
Yes, so that's his niece.
Yes.
Okay. But Dad says, he said that was the same way that Abraham tested Ishmael's second wife.
Oh, yeah, with the nail in the tent, and
And then Dad's, let me see what the New King James said. He says, I know, right? Because he probably would have said, I don't mind putting my hand under nobody's thigh. Let's see. Let's give him a try. Let's give him a shot. All right. He says, as a man, when you meet a woman like Rachel, what a gift from the Most High Yah.
Okay, but this is Rebecca. We ain't to Rachel yet.
But you got the R right.
It's the same family, though. It's the same family.
Hey.
Yep. But yeah.
It started with, you said, okay. He said, I meant Rebecca.
Yeah.
Okay, but listen, I was giving it to you. I said, hey, you got the R right. You're right.
Yeah, that is a blessing. Like you can see, she's a blessing.
Yeah.
She's kind. She's
considerate.
Thinks of other people.
Yes. Beautiful from the inside out.
Yes.
But definitely beauty on the outside as well.
Yes.
Yeah, she's beautiful. Where are we?
We're on 29. But notice how when she does all this, he pulls out the good. This is not no cheap jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
This is, I come from a wealthy family. Can I stay at your house?
Right. And they got enough to feed the camels and stuff.
Enough.
Yeah.
We good. I see all your camels. I see you.
Mm-hmm.
And you gave me these bracelets and all this. Yeah, my family going, you good.
Yeah, you good. Let me go tell my mom.
I ain't got to go run. You good.
You good. I'm going to tell my dad now. Verse 29. And Rebecca, or Rivkah, had a brother, and his name was Lavan. And Lavan ran out unto the man, unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earrings and the bracelets upon his sister's hand, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spoke the man unto me, that he came unto the man. And behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, Come in, you blessed of Yahuwah. Wherefore stand you without? For I have prepared the house and the room for the camels.
See, Laban had looked at that earring and embraced him. Like, where he at? Mm-hmm. We need to go get him.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but we're going to give him his name back. It's Laban. It is. Listen, I'm juiced that my name is in the Bible, okay? In our history book. So we're going to use it.
Now, and this is actually Rachel and Leah's dad. This is him. This is Rachel and Leah's dad. So this is Rebecca's brother, because remember she said, I'm going to send you to my brother's house.
Yes.
This is Rachel and Leah's dad.
Oh, and who he's talking to. Yes.
That's who he's talking about.
Oh, wow.
So Laban
yeah,
is
that's
their
true.
dad.
Wow,
Or
that's
Laban,
funny.
or however you say it. Yep, this is their dad.
Wow. Huh. It's crazy how it's coming together, how
Yeah.
you're starting to meet different
Uh-huh.
families. Wow.
Yeah. So whenever it gives you a bloodline just in the middle of something, it's because they're going to come into this story some kind of way, or into this history some kind of way. There's a connection.
That's so dope. All right. Let me see. 32. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and waters to wash his feet, and the men's feet that were with him. And there was set meat before him to eat. But he said, I will not eat until I have told my errand. And he said, speak on. He said, we're not going to eat until we discuss.
I need to get this done. Yeah, I came here for a job. Yeah.
Assignment understood. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and Yahuwah has blessed my Adonai greatly, and he is become great, and he has given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and men servants and maid servants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my Adonai's woman, bore a son to my Adonai when she was old. And unto him has he given all that he has. My Adonai made me swear 7 oaths, saying, you shall not take a woman to my son of the daughters of Canaanites, in whom the land I dwell. But you shall go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a woman unto my son. And I said unto my El Adonai, perchance the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, Yahuwah before whom I walk, will send his angel with you, and prosper your way. And you shall take a woman for my son of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shall you be clear from this my oath. When you come to my kindred, and if they give not you one, you shall be clear from my oath. And I came this day unto the well, and said, O Yahuwah Elohai Adonai of Abraham, if now you do prosper my way which I go, behold, I stand at the end of my reading. Only
you know, whatever. Just whatever. We've been reading that long. It be getting good. It be getting good, girl.
I mean, at least I didn't walk off.
But I want you all to just pay attention to how Laban moves. Even back then, he was like, oh, it's some money involved.
Yeah, you kind of get that. Like, he looked, because you notice if he wasn't like that, he wouldn't have paid attention to what was on her wrist.
Yes. And we'll see that more tomorrow when we get more into the story. But Laban is like, okay.
You're like, money.
Uncle Abraham did pretty good for himself.
Right. I need to go say hi. How you doing? I got a business that you can
you want my sister? Well, I'm not gonna go just in case no one has read it.
Nope, just assume nobody has seen it, because I haven't even read this.
Yes, I'm not gonna say anything.
Yes, Dwayne, Cliff or us. Okay.
Hey.
Just remember what we are. Okay, we are on chapter 24.
Around you.
Around 42.
45. Yeah, but you probably start at 42.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at the prayer. So y'all remind us, okay? Ooh wee. Well, that was so good. Woo! That was good, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed it.
And just see how intentional Yahweh was, because like we said, he going to a country All these women, like, I'm gonna pick one.
Yeah.
Who was like, I got you.
I got you.
He prayed.
That's it.
So I need some prayer.
Yeah.
Like all
Listen.
these women.
Prayer will do you right.
Come on with the wrong nail for the tent.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. If he give you just any kind of assignment, it'd be, but don't forsake the power of prayer.
Yes.
When he tell you what to do, you be like, oh, Father, me.
Yeah, how I'm gonna do this? You better ask.
You better ask. Okay? You better ask.
I'm gonna do this. I got you. Want me to do this, but I'm gonna need to tell me how to do it, because I don't know how.
And then please send somebody to help.
Help me.
Yeah, he'll do it though. He won't forsake you. He won't forsake you. All right. With that being said, y'all, we thank you for tuning in to Story Time.
Story time. Story time.
Bye.
Shalom. See you tomorrow.
6 p.m.